2020. I'm your host, David Jackson, and this is Current Question. As you know, Current Question is all about exploring and understanding the most prevalent topics in our society. And that's why we're thrilled about our new segment, Filling in the Blanks, where we share what's missing from the top news stories by providing you with a bit more information on the stories you're already hearing so much about. Away we go. Australia has an annual fire season that occurs during the hottest, driest time of the year. However, certain fire seasons throughout Australia's history have been more disastrous than others. Unfortunately, the 2019 season was one of the harshest. These fires can be started by many factors, such as lightning strikes, campfires, power lines, and so on. And while Australia does experience annual fire seasons, climate change also is a factor. Additionally, these fires have a huge impact on the local surroundings. Humans are forced to abandon their homes and their businesses. Animals are also caught in the fire, and their habitats and food sources are devastated. The responders to these fires are often local firefighters and volunteers. Police and military personnel assist with evacuations. Fortunately, however, with some recent rain, coupled with donations to local fire stations, there does appear to be relief in sight for Australia. The US and Iran have had a tense relationship spanning from the 1970s until today. General Soleimani's death came as a result of President Trump's decision in 2019 to bring increased sanctions against Iran, which caused a back and forth of minor attacks between the two countries. These attacks culminated with the US assassinating Iran's General Soleimani on January 3rd, 2020 in Baghdad via an airstrike. As a result, Iran's citizens have shown great mourning for the general, and the Iranian government has completely abandoned the nuclear deal negotiated under President Obama's administration in 2015, a deal that eliminated and reduced Iran's nuclear capabilities and prospects. In December of 2019, President Trump signed a defense spending bill which, among other things, created the sixth branch of the military, the Space Force. Now, talk of a Space Force had been floated by the administration in its earlier years, but those conversations hadn't quite stuck with members of Congress or senior military officials. The military does, however, have operations in space. For example, the Army Space and Missile Defense Command, the Air Force Space Command, and the Naval Space Command. Now, the goal of creating a Space Force was to centralize existing military space operations into one unit to enhance functionality and increase unity. The bill specifically redesignated the Air Force Space Command as the new armed service. And while spending does appropriate money for the new force, it only calls for existing military personnel to serve. According to a space security director at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, the Space Force will help by providing support to ground operations, assist with weather updates, and strengthen communication in the overall armed forces. Unfortunately, though, Space Force will not be fighting aliens, using any lightsabers, or working with NASA. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. This is Current Question, and I'm your host, David Jackson. Remember to stay in touch with us this year, guys, because we have so much in store for you, and we can't wait to share it. Like us, subscribe, share information, and we will see you next time.